This day, 141 of the Arukh HaShulchan. This week's Arukh HaShulchan is being sponsored by a generous donor for Hatzlacha on life, and specifically in Yirah Shamayim. And Kodesh Baruch Hu should be Mamali, Mishalo, Tzliba, L'Toiva, in all these respects. Today we're doing Siman Tovei Lamed Beis, Sif Hey through Yud Beis. For that, you should know. The schach puzzle, pachas mi'arba tvachim, buti shantochtav. You have schach puzzle which is less than 4 tvachim into the sukkah, on the top of the sukkah. You're allowed to sleep under that schach puzzle. The batel guy because sukkah, it's negated by the rest of the sukkah. I mean that's sad, but on the side, the puzzle of Abraham is where it's puzzle for in 4 amos, puzzle kosher, and but less it's kosher. You should not sleep underneath it. When it's 4 times wide, which is a makom kosher because it's not batel to the rest of the schach. Now, sleeping and eating seem to be the same thing. I don't know why they specifically mentioned sleeping. There are, though, the Mishnah exam that some of the machmir not to eat and sleep under that place, which is 4 tvachim, unless it's also less than 3 tvachim. And therefore, the chatchila should be machmir. The Mishnah does not seem to bring it down. I mean, Arukh HaShulchan doesn't seem to bring that down. The airspace, even though less than 3 has passed, you should not sleep on the near there. When it's less than 3, it's also going to make the sukkah kosher. We shall see nevertheless, you should not sleep underneath that area when it goes on throughout the entire sukkah, the min kartuva, where it's very, very recognizable. Even it doesn't go through the entire length of the sukkah. But there's enough space that a person could sleep underneath there, his head and most of his torso. You should still refrain from sleeping underneath there. The Mishnah says either his head or most of his torso, and that seems to be the lashon ritva as well, which is much better chumrah. Otherwise, mutter shari ein chasuk shein sham the coven, the sukkah which doesn't have holes in the schach. El kshesh avir meshach nachal ein lishan tachla. But when there is airspace of that proper is a strange word here, but that proper amount. That significant amount, let's say, should sleep under it, not to eat, and not to sit underneath it. It's not puzzle because it's very highly recognizable. The distinction between air and schach puzzle, inside, between the middle and from the side, that's also about a big sukkah. A small sukkah, Tvachim only has a minimal share of the sukkah 7 Tvachim. Ein chiluk ben avi l'schach puzzle between air or puzzle schach. V'memtzim in inside where it's in the middle on the side. El b'chol gavni, no matter what puzzle mishlosh share of it's less than 3, it's kosher mitzvah zechur sukkah v'shay tachtav. You sleep underneath it to lavud down because it's like lavud. Shlosh Tvachim suv. If it's 3 Tvachim, it's puzzle. Tam pasha, it's obvious. It came to Ktani. If shalech ba b'schach puzzle. It's small. You can't go in it with schach puzzle at your arbet tvachim up to 4 tvachim like you would by big psul. You can't take ruba psul. There's an schach any puzzle. Rech leach ba'ad shilabon. For therefore you max out at the shilabon. Chol shiatzim taras lavud. Anytime it leaves the status of lavud, psula b'chol or chol makom. It's possible it's airspace or chas puzzle wherever it is in the sukkah. The Mishnah says that even the sukkah is 9.5 by 9.5. It has schach puzzle 3 tvachim and passes the entire sukkah, and that's also going to be the Arukh HaShulchan's position in Sif Yud Gimel, because then 9.5 minus 3 makes it 6.5. Mishnah Sharatzion write that the reason is not because of lavud, because by where there's mamashas, the substance of the schach puzzle, you can't say lavud to eliminate it. But since it's a smaller thing than the Shia of Lavud, it's as if it's not there, which is a very valid limited point. Zayin, Doven Akum, Shnemar Ba'alocha, Arba Ad Arba Amos. The Doven Akum, which you said up to Arba Amos, it's kosher. Have a Ben Bedoven Echad, Ben Echad Vos, it's on one wall or all the walls. Hilcha Baish Nivchas Agag B'em. So therefore, if you have a house where the roof has caved in the middle, B'Sir Mokam Apchas, and you may put the schach in the place where it was caved in. V'Nishar Me'atiko Sviv Min Ben Schach Kosher, Ben Schach Kosher, Kslim Pos Me'arba Amos, unless there's less than 4 amos between the schach kosher and the walls, kshera, it's kosher miu. However, ein yoshein tachtov, you don't sleep underneath the kozman, she'ein bod sheish bo arba tvachim, as long as it has 4 tvachim width. B'mokum echad yesh arba mokum echad pachos me'ar pachos. If you one place it's 4, and the other place it's less than 4. Mutar sham mokum pachos, you can sleep in a place where it's less than 4. Ches. Zeshin is buried the schach posel post of be'emtza ba'arba tvachim, v'ar post b'shloshta. We said schach posel middle passos with 4 tvachim and aver and 3 tvachim. That's what we said. The ein lasuga al shosh faros, and sukkah only has 3 walls. Maskil b'devin emtzai, and the gap starts in the middle wall. Ma'achav meko sukkah goes extends throughout the entire sukkah, outside parts to the open side. The hashta mapsik apsul avi, because now the pasuk schach or the airspace interrupts between schach kosher kosher between 2 parts of the kosher schach. Each side which remains out with only 2 walls. I mean, but it goes to one of the side walls. Goes to the opposite side wall. If there's enough kosher schach towards the middle wall, in order to make the sukkah kosher down to shiva tvachim 7 by 7 tvachim, that area is kosher. That's 3 walls. Aside sheme'ever haPesach, the other side that towards the opening, outside parts towards the open side, if there's 3 tvachim of airspace between the 2 parts of the sukkah, the inner part and the outer part, it's possible that outer part. But if the schach puzzle with 4 tvachim, it's a pesach there's still 7 by 7 of a schach kosher towards the opening. If there is enough, if there's less than 4 amos from the middle side to the middle wall to the schach kosher, so that you can say that when it comes, then the whole sukkah is kosher. That's how that means the middle inner side got 3 walls. Side chitzon, the outer side is kosher. Dofen akuma gets kosher. They dofen akuma. Shana roim and dofen imtzai, because you see the middle walls. Kilo metas eitzot side chitzon. So it reaches to the outer part of the sukkah. Ve'elamar can't say kim noli madoven misham ech yishar atzad. We can't say since we're removing the wall from that side by dofen akuma, replacing it in a different location, so to speak. How can the inner side be kosher? Because they don't really take the wall away. We just see it as if it stands 4 amos distance. So therefore the whole thing is kosher. It's clear if the shiva tvachim, if the 3rd wall is only 7 tvachim, shiva tvachim b'tzad adofen haputza, as 4 tvachim b'schach puzzle after that 7 tvachim towards the opposite open side. Only the inner side is kosher. The outer side only has 2 walls. Adofen haruka ve'emtzois. So I'm not sure I understand this here. Because it's a short wall. Okay, so you have one long wall, and then a short wall. It extends up to 7 tvachim out from the middle wall. So it's like a J. So the outer part of that wall of that sukkah is puzzle, because the outer part only has 2 walls. The side wall on the one side, and the dofen akum on the middle side, and the other side has no wall. Test kozuk shavir o psul hulchim up meko. So that's if the airspace or the schach puzzle runs the entire length and width of the sukkah. But in the middle of the sukkah, yesh aver shlosha, there's airspace of 3 by 3. O schach puzzle arba, or 4 schach puzzles 4 by 4. Kshatztonim, but tztonim mechuber schach, and the sides the schach is connected. Kosher zeh mechuber schach kosher zeh lezeh. All the schach kosher is interconnected. Yesh ma'avir psul So it's from the airspace or the puzzle schach hechsha sukkah adovim place there is from where it stops. There's enough of a to 7 tefachim to be machshir from there until the middle wall because side all sides hakol they say hakol I don't want to say hakol kosher. Sorry. The Masha it's done in B'shita the kosher the mechubel l'shira sukkah. So on the side is obviously kosher because it's connected to the shira of a sukkah shira. So do all that with that which comes in the sides. The tzara Pesach towards the opening. Mechuber it's connected. I feel like kosher shachar even that which is kosher which is behind the puzzle, archav behind the airspace. The tzara Pesach towards the opening. Chibur raki it's time it's only connected by this on the sides. Come nevertheless. So mechuber lechsha sukkah it's connected to the sukkah which is the hechsha of sukkah. Lo garmi psal yitzim sukkah. So then instead of psal which comes out of sukkah, the extension of sukkah. The sukkah is considered like a sukkah. Much kosam seem like the previous safe. Just on the airspace and on the side puzzle only. Possibly shan shem yal sleep like much kosam. Then as I feel ein ba'avir absolute hechsher sukkah dominant. So truth is even if there isn't from the airspace or from the slap puzzle middle a hechsher sukkah until 7 tefachim to the middle wall. Gankin lay slumba. It's not a problem. The sukkah service yachal shir hechsher sukkah. The entire sukkah joins together to make the shir of a sukkah. Shir came shapers with time so connected around the sides, and that is a very kiddush kula. And in fact, the Mishnah brings down the B'kur Yaakov is not sure that such a tziruf actually works. Good. If you have schach pasuk that's meant for tvachim, and even avir, which is pasuk, you have less than 3 tvachim. And they don't join together. If you have 3.9 schach pasuk and 2.9 airspace, they don't join together with the pasuk sukkah. So therefore, if you have in the airspace 3 tvachim, which is no good, you can diminish its size even with schach pasuk. The kosher looks so kosher. Of course, it's obviously only by large sukkah. So but still a small sukkah which only has 7 by 7. So they join together the pasuk. It's not because they're combining, but they combine to rob you of the sheer sukkah which you need for the rest of the sukkah. Mishnah Berurah says that there in the small sukkah the sheer are equivalent. That's also there's also 3 tvachim, and therefore they do join together the psul, which is like the Mishnah Berurah's discussion point we saw earlier. Okay, be as it may. Here's schach pasuk. Here's schach pasuk. Besteht tvachim. Schach pasuk 2 tvachim. Schach avir pasuk 3 tvachim, and then airspace less than 3 tvachim. Schach pasuk 2 tvachim. Then you have schach pasuk 2 tvachim. Stop at Rosh Hashanah. Psulim mitzad pisul sukkah. To join the 2 psulim together to pasuk sukkah. Meaning we say came the hapsir mafsik b'neim. Since the airspace between them lo mitzvah, they don't join together. Well, then when they say came the name by Vir Shlosha, since there is less than 3 tvachim of airspace, mitzvah, they do join together. It's not a count of love. It's lo mi love l'achmir. We don't say love to pasuk. Tima you omrim love l'achmir died to tefach schach bos mikan, but that mikan and bein em shnei tvachim avir. Because we said love l'achmir would be enough. We had a tefach of schach bos on one side, and that was schach bos on the other side. And between them 2 tvachim of airspace. But they love and through love, and that's arba tvachim schach bos. You come forward with schach bos. Finally, love l'achmir. So we certainly don't say love to me l'achmir. Fil manas fil amina love l'achmir. Even he holds you say love to me l'achmir. The lo amina rak elok shanus shneim suchun says that Mointon we join them both together. Avolo shavir trap, but not that the airspace should join up as a result. That in order to make out the 4 tvachim. I'm kind of sorry. Here the question, however, is since it's not a significant place, it's not insignificant to make an interruption, and it's a something together. Since there isn't 3 tvachim between the 2 of them, not because of love, but because there's a chatitza, so to speak, between the 2 of them. So it's like schach bos, but 4 tvachim achmir is the raisa. Because it's the rice, Mishnah says therefore if you can fix it, you fix it. If not, you have another sukkah. You can sit in that sukkah, but not make a bracha. Isa Bagamara, it says more the other meaning is schach pasuk placed by tvachim. That would say schach pasuk passed by 4 tvachim. I feel ankle arba tvachim to the sukkah. Not all 4 tvachim in the sukkah. Go chiniach al sukkah schach puzzle. It's a different approach. So just put on the sukkah schach puzzle by the open side. Shev shalom mar b'shum din over nakuma, where we cannot say over nakuma came which ain't shum do because there's no wall and an open side. We can list 3 tvachim of this 4 tvachim are plank or the tocha sukkah inside the sukkah. To have a chutz sukkah one side is outside the sukkah, one side is outside the sukkah. To have like kipsayot in the sukkah. It's considered like an extension of the sukkah. V'nidon kasukah, it's still like a sukkah. I mean, actually, shlosh tefachim with schach puzzle, and 3 tefachim are considered together with that one to have a schach puzzle. Also, we can't sleep on the name. They shall tefach mechutz nechsha kilu nim because tefach on the outside is different in the inside. If you sukkah ktan, if it's a small sukkah, and if it's a sukkah, the whole sukkah is puzzle. Davi kasukah ktan is sheish ba arba schach puzzle. It's like a sukkah ktan which has 4 tefachim schach puzzle. She's so cool, because she's bar, the entire thing becomes puzzle, as we explained. He's going to this afim ain't beside a porch, even if it's not on the open side, beside a doven, but even on the side where there's a wall. Sheish lomar doven akuma. You could say doven akuma. Comes to ktana reichasa shiur. So ktana doesn't help because we're missing the shear, which we need in order to make up the sukkah. Yud base the pizza yesh lehar zar. The coin should be careful. But sukkahs hamliu shalonu. There are sukkahs which are constructed sheish amakam sichas hagag. There's a place up to the place. Where the roof is open, tzaz binyan, there's a roof. The having schach puzzle, which is like schach puzzle. The emish shupachas me arba tvachim. That's the 4th tvach. Abura makes stress and bolting on mechutz. Okay, so then it's go outside the wall, like overhang, over outside your house. V'yachi ushel arba tvachim. There could be 4 tvachim. Okay, also lishat tachtaim. Now let's sleep under that area because the extension, which is beyond the wall of the house. It's a big chiddush chumrah. Yeshish Roma, then that's what there were those who say. Came with Sheish Manev, there sits a wall between 2 of them. Ain't no what stabs outside. They don't join each other. Chayim ain't arba schach pasul. Therefore, 4 schach pasul. The Torah sukkah within the wall. Mudishan Tachta will have to sleep underneath there. That's a Magen Avraham. Yeshla hachmer der Rishona. He says we might have to machal like the first opinion. The says possible is also to sit underneath that. And the Misharatzin says possible because Magen Avraham is not sure about this. So therefore, Shitas Mishnah always take into account the Magen Avraham. And Bracket says, Moshe chlok la Magen Avraham, Pri Megadim, Kankim is talking about Zebnot Achmer. So Shos Macher, because the Pri Megadim and the Moshe seem to argue on that. Now, normally we should stop here because we got up to your base, but there's one sip left in the Siman. So let's finish the Siman. You'd give over that. You should know the other mean Daven Akum Arab Amos. That would say Daven Akum up to Brahma Zeb Meshach Hashove. That's where it's a flat roof. But if it's a angled roof, I feel even if in the hypotenuse there's more than 4 amos, if in the flat side it's not 4 amos, then so we go after the flat side, not after the hypotenuse. Even though the hypotenuse will be longer than 4 amos. For the meaning of sukkah ktana, the pashal shivat vachim, and we say by small sukkah of 7 by 7, kol shlosh vachim both sides of sukkah, anything tvachim possible sukkah, lav dafka shivat vachim. It's not necessarily 7 tvachim. Kol shupachas mean yud tvachim as long as it's less than 10 tvachim. By 10 tvachim, place of shlosh tvachim. So we told us going to pass him shlosh shivat tvachim shir sukkah because we won't be left with 7 tvachim, which is shir sukkah, which he mentioned earlier in the name of Mishnah. The bracket says here, mashkasa magaram basically magag okum lamala. If the roof is crooked on top, Sholach b'shibur goes on an angle. Ve'ein bo arba amos meshach hashave, doesn't have 4 amos on the side. Like shibur lamata, only in the slope. Yesh kora b'pachos b'shlosh tefachim. There's a beam which is less than 3 tefachim. The mitzvah will have the arba amos. That if you join it, it's 4 amos. Lo min dofen akuma. I wouldn't say dofen akuma. I'm not sure what the here is. We come never scheme beside a gova who shlosh tvachim says 3 tvachim higher can it's like lomar chava the lovud lo min can hachmer and sham. Not sure the scenario. Somehow some beam which is part of the slope, and you would have to say chava ramin or the apostle. Sounds like it's similar to the case which you say about your base, where it's outside the wall of the sukkah. So he says there she tells us even tough kub bays. The Amir love the Hachmek was ever see for Koidem. Avo Omrim Shalom in love Hachmek Gam Below Chavot Lo Amin Lavud. Chains the Kosh of Baran. Okay, I'm not sure the scenario, so therefore I really can't do anything with these brackets, so we'll just have to stop here.